Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Self-Modifying Code. I'm your host, Code Marvelous, and today I'm joined by not one, not two, but three extra special guests for tonight's spoiler stream. Let's go ahead and introduce them first. Because of how much screen real estate that would take up, we're not doing cameras for each of the guests, unfortunately. Chris, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi there, I'm Chris. I'm Analyze Chris on Slack. I'm in the New York City meta, and I'm excited to check out some new.
All right, and what about you, Patrick?
Hi, I'm Patrick. I'm Shuga on Slack and Twitter. I am also in the New York Meta, although you can't tell from my accent, obviously. But yeah, I play Netrunner with Chris quite a lot, and I'm excited to be here.
Nice, and we also have a special guest joining us from the Nisei crew. Who's joining us?
Yeah, I'm Holly. Break One Barrier on Slack and Twitter and everything, and I am the Nisei creative director.
Yeah, and we're playing a character that you poured a lot of time and energy into developing the lore for, and a really potent, interesting ID blended with this lore to make something I think is a really amazing contribution to the game. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So
Glad to be here.
just to kind of go over for our viewers how this is going to work, we're going to talk about the cards very briefly as a big group of 4 people. We're also going to build a deck all together. And then we're going to split into 2 groups because we have to do this on the test server. And one group is going to be playing Corporation, and the other group, which you, the audience, will be able to hear, will be playing Hoshiko. So then you're going to get to see one side of the game as we pilot because we have to arrange opponents. We've kind of got a gauntlet of some of the most common and powerful corp decks that are currently in the meta, so we should be able to show how effective a lot of her tools are in the current meta. Now, as to what's going to exist after Uprising comes out, we can't fully speculate that. So the first card that we have up is the main base state of the identity, the zero link, next level shut-in with 4515, and the text reads, when your turn ends, if you accessed any cards this turn, gain 2 and flip this identity. And I guess the big question that I have for the group is how often do you think that we would be trying to go back to this side? Is this like a thing where it's convenience only, or are we trying to actually alternate back and forth between the 2 sides?
That's a good question. I think that power, getting 2 credits, is amazing. But since it's only happening every other turn, it's essentially gaining a credit a turn. So I think it's going to depend on your deck build if you want to get more cards and get the efficiency of getting the card and the 2 creds, or if you want to sit back and only get those 2 creds when you...
Right. Because what we're basically describing is if I bring up the other side of her ability, let me bring that up really quickly. If we bring up the other side of her ability on this side, when your turn begins, draw 1 card and lose 1 credit, and it has 1 link, notably. So when your turn ends, if you didn't access any cards this turn, flip this identity. So initially when we were discussing this, I was thinking about this as, well, you just don't run that turn. But it's don't access any cards. So you can still play replacement runs.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's interesting.
And flip back to her normal side. You just can't access cards.
Right, so you could do security testing or that kind of thing.
Or a Stargate, or an Embezzle, or a Doof, right? Yes, I mean, Stargate would be probably, I'd say, the most obviously powerful in-faction choice, right? That they currently have available. Or even just like something like Wanton, right?
Right.
Yeah, Wanton Destruction.
Fear the masses.
Yeah. So this is the 2 sides of the identity. So this is the first flippable runner, which I want Holly on camera to admit that I called that this was a flippable identity while it was still in development, while I wasn't in the testing group yet.
Yes, a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I had mentioned that I thought he would like That the Anarch was going to be spicy, and I thought he would like it, and he right away was just like, "It's flippable, isn't it?"
Huh.
I mean, flippable identities are great. All
Yeah,
right.
I think my favorite part of this is that since it flips and it has text on both sides, it promotes a play style that's more interactive and more interesting than just, oh, I have a bad pub and I'm just constantly getting value. You actually
Right.
have to make play choice, like decisions while you're playing, as well as deck building that make the
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a really good point. So people are calling out for the scoops. So let's get into some of the scoops.
scoops.
So we have some. We have two. Actually, we have three. All three other companions that are in resources in the game already. So let's start with the companion that's going to be added. So let's talk a little bit about that. Come on, I believe in you, card pull. Don't struggle just because I also have a Discord call going. There we go. So, Paladin. What's the pronunciation on this, Holly?
Poimu.
Okay. Poimu?
Mm-hmm.
So, great art. It looks like an otter?
It's a panda, right?
No,
He's,
it's
No. Oh wait, no.
Go ahead.
Sorry, my display's screwing up. Yes, he is. I believe he was an otter. It's been honestly so long.
Yeah, so it's a one-cost resource, companion and virtual. So it feeds into things like Yute, which we're probably going to discuss later. And you can spend the credits that drip in the same way that the Trickster Taka credits drip. Any non-connection cards. So you can't use these cards to buy people, but you can use them for literally anything else. And when your turn ends, if there's 3 or more hosted credits, you must trash one of your installed cards, but that could be like an MK Ultra or an empty something, right? What do we think of this card? Because I think that this card is really good and opens up the potential for like a big rig Anarch in a way that hasn't really existed in a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this trigger is so common, just installing a card. So it makes the card feel like just a drip 1 credit.
Yeah, because like if you're getting to the point where you have 3 credits on this card, then something's gone wrong. You should be installing stuff way more frequently than that, so you'll always get value out of it.
Yeah, I can't imagine a turn, a situation where there isn't something like a liberated or something that you could pour all of the credits into this, like, and just be like, okay, and now it's back to 0.
Just to clarify, he is a sea otter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious about how slots are going to work out with all these companions. I'm
That's the biggest
thinking about
discussion.
using all the companions to get full value, or if you really need to build your deck around particular companions. For example, right now I'm working on a max that is a Mystic Mamie max, and it really requires that most of your cards are events so that you're getting full value out of Mamie. But maybe if maybe a more balanced one will work with all of the interactions we have with this new ID.
Yeah, I also think it's worth noting that just in a lot of Anarch decks, Mamie might not be the right fit for every Anarch, but I could see like two Paladins and a Taka fitting into a lot of like just run a lot decks.
Well, that could go in a lot of Val decks quite easily.
But yeah, so this is the Paladin, and as people were discussing on Facebook and other places, the companions are classic adventuring party. A Paladin, a Rogue, a Wizard, and a Knight. Or like a fighter. Don't know if anybody else had put that together.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought originally when I saw the original companions that came out. I thought, and there were other kind of like vague game references that I thought it was going to be a kind of World of Warcraft style thing.
Sure.
Like an MMO where it's like the character that would use these cards would turn out to be like a video gamer, kind of like Wizard was, where they have these companions that they play with and they're representations of their friends in the game or something.
Well, you're not wrong. Yeah, because that definitely fits in, and that is a nice segue into the final companion that Hoshiko has access to. The thing that really solves a lot of the problems that we were having yesterday on stream, and that is her console. Holly, do you want to tell us about the console?
So her console is. I'm waiting on it to show up. Is it showing up yet?
It's up.
Okay. Is Keiko. So Keiko is flavor-wise sort of like a stronger, more sentient Dinosaurus kind of thing. She and Hoshiko are absolutely girlfriends. And but she's more of like a sentient AI figure in cyberspace. And so Chaos Theory made the plush for her to store Keiko in so Hoshiko could take her with her everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And as far as rules text, it's a 3 cost and the rarest of 2 MU in an Anarchy console that with a low cost. And the first time you spend credits from or install a companion, gain 1 credit, and it counts itself. So this console actually only costs 2 credits.
Yeah, this is great. I love how, again, the triggers, just like Paladin, are really easy. How often are you using Mystic credits, and how often are you using Paladin credits just to install stuff? It seems pretty trivial to get a free credit every.
You're right. And this is a once per turn, almost net recur kind of ability where you're turning imaginary bucks into a real buck. Right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think there's a tremendous amount of power in these cards that we're going to be able to put together a neat deck. Now, we are going to be doing basically the entire deck out of the test server deck builder in JNet. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to switch over there. So now everybody on the call, what you're seeing is what the stream is seeing.
Okay.
So I'm also going to increase the size on the deck builder so that things are a little bigger, so people can see things a little bit more easily. So how many... I think we should start with console. She's a 45-15. Are we putting 3 copies or 2 copies of her console in? Do we think... I don't think it's a 3. I think it's probably a 2,
I think
right?
it's a 2. I definitely think
agree.
it's a 2.
If the deck runs without it, there are other ways to get value, but you do want to see it pretty.
Let's go ahead and get in some of the classics. I've Had Worse is probably gonna be in there, just so we don't get up to 45 cards before putting any of the cards that we really have to have in there to make the deck functional. Yeah. Let's talk about the Paladins next. Oh, we're also acting as if rotation happened in this deck, so that means no injects, no Davids.
I was going to say no inject anyway if we're thinking of using Ute as the decoder. So
yeah. So yeah. So I think the Paladin. How many do we think we put in here?
That's another one. Well, okay. So are we going to be doing a lot of the good stuff events, or are we doing a lot of the powerful resources we see a lot in Anarch?
Well, so here's the thing. I think one of the fundamental discussions you have to have, and I think Chris and Patrick will probably agree with this also, is when you're deciding what kind of Anarch you're going to make. If you're not Apocalypse, and you have to fundamentally decide what your ice dealing with plan is, because this deck will look very different if we're using conspiracy breakers versus trying to use quote-unquote real breakers.
That is true.
What does everybody think?
Well, it's almost certainly going to be a run-based deck just based on the ID. You're going to need to get value off of runs, which leads me to lean towards Mystic and cards like Dirty Laundry and Deuces.
Okay. I would personally say if we want to just show stuff off, maybe avoid Apocalypse, but I think Apocalypse is going to be really good.
Yeah. So I think 2 maybe, probably, right? Or do we want to do 3?
I mean, I think 2 is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Especially if you're going to do Paladin.
Yeah, 2 each of Mamie and the Paladin, I think.
All right. What about Taka? Are we going to try to get Taka in the mix?
absolutely. I think. I mean, if you're using any breaker at all, I think Taka's always solid as a 1 or 2.
Let's just do some of the brain exploding math on this for a second, right? Like, if in a turn, let's say all of these started at nothing, right? And they all dripped up to 1, right? If you played a sure gamble, you got 2 credits functionally, 1 off of Mystic Mamie and 1 off of Keiko. And then if you install anything, that's another one. So you can potentially just, if all 4 of these cards are installed, you have a sure gamble that exists at a minimum every turn.
A clickless gamble, yeah.
Yeah, clickless gamble that exists potentially every turn.
Yeah, I think Mystic and Taka have pretty good synergy just because it is a running deck. So you're gonna want to, especially if they ice up centrals or they just go full glacier, you're not going to be able to secure easy accesses.
Sure.
So you want some of those credits.
So I think if we want to talk briefly, I'm going to bring Fueno up on the screen real quick.
Oh, let me...
Give me 1 second. Come on, I believe in you, computer.
Yeah, Fueno has not been really prominent in standard decks recently. Because
it's not.
It seems. Well, it's a powerful effect, but it's not relevant in every single matchup.
Right, and it's really the only one where you're not controlling the trigger, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So do we want to include this one, or do we want to leave it out?
I think a one of.
I was about to say a 1 of I think is fine. Just for matchups where it is relevant, it'll be really good.
Say we're running every other turn, then that's 2 credits off the first time you boost a breaker every turn. Every other turn, it's pretty good value, I think.
Yeah. All right. So we've already got 15 cards. So where do we go from here? What kind of breaker suite do we think we're going to use?
So Utei would be enabled, for sure.
But is it good?
But is it what we want is the question.
So like small centuries. Small code gates aren't really a thing except for like
not right now.
Aiki, and even that's still pretty expensive with Utei. So I don't know. Gosh, I hate Black Orchestra so much.
Right, it's going to be more efficient with these companions with Taka, and it's low cost. A lot of the installs, I think Hoshiko is going to be running pretty low on credits and using the companion credits a lot. So having a high install cost of something like throwing Ngolo in there, would not make sense in this build.
Going to be tough, yeah.
Do we want to start with the Clippy? Do we want to go the classic Clippy Amakua? Like conspiracy.
I'm down with Clippy
suite?
Amakua.
Yeah, I think that works.
Amakua makes a ton of sense with the run-based ID.
And it's another animal friend for her.
Yeah, Paperclip, I don't know. We're not running Inject anymore.
That's true.
And so there is value in installing it from the bin, but that means you've over.
And Corroder's also still solid.
Yeah. I mean, we can get Corroder in, and then we can leave our options open for another restricted card.
What do you think? What kind of splashes are we looking at? Like, what kind of multi-access do you think fits this?
I think Film Critic is pretty powerful right now, and I know that's only like a 1 influence thing, or 2.
So I kind of want to get a security testing in this deck.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid.
I think that's solid.
I think security testing could be good because it gives us a way to flip back to the shut-in side while still making a run and gaining money and using potentially some of our abilities.
Yeah, I'm absolutely down for something that gives us a run, but lets us prevent an access.
I think we're going to be spending a lot on events, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are some good splashy events, Balder? Come here. What are some good splashy events that we can do?
Well, Patrick demands crowdfunding.
Yeah, well, crowdfunding is Netrunner cocaine that we all got hooked on.
Oh, sorry, hang on a minute. No, I didn't. You mean a different Patrick? It's fine.
Yeah, no, Patrick Burke.
Someone did mention in chat that Hoshiko would actually probably get a few decent fires with all the companions costing one.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad actually.
It's all once. They're mostly once.
Yeah.
Yeah, minus Fencer.
That's also a case for Yute.
It's a case for Yute.
It
It's a
is.
case for Data Sucker, which is another amazing Anarch run base.
Yeah.
I'm very much in the court of always put at least one Data Sucker. My diehard Anarch heart.
People are
insists
saying
on
we
it.
could just put in 3 Bravado.
We could.
We could. I mean, let's get the laundries in there. Chris
Yeah,
mentioned
absolutely.
the laundries.
Yeah, don't
and
forget
I think
the
they gotta go in
laundries.
there. Do we want like deuces?
Yeah, Chris was saying juices earlier on. I think it's a good one because you can use it however you want to use it on your turn. If you're having an off turn, you can draw and get money. If you're, you want to make a run, then you can do that. There's a lot of things you can do with juices that will fit well with this, I think.
It's a flexible way to use your Mystic Bucks.
I do think we want at least one Stargate, like bare minimum, because we
Oh,
also.
yeah.
Well, so now
have
we're getting into spicy MU territory.
Well, that's the thing is we have Keiko, who is a cheap 2 MU.
Oh, right,
So we gotta
it's-
use the 2 MU.
It's 2, right? I keep forgetting it's 2. I keep thinking this is an Anarch deck. We're gonna have it.
Keiko is great,
We're gonna have.
and also she's 2 MU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
there's so many options for a multi-exit.
I would say Turning Wheel works pretty well with Stargate, and also if we're doing security testing as well, if we do it on the right servers.
What's some other events that we can get in the mix here?
So we're running low on cash here. I think I've had luck with Day Job with Mystic, but since we have
No, it's good because
Paladin,
then if we decide we want to take a turn off, Day Job just says we took a turn off. We used imaginary bucks to do this, and now we're flipped onto the side where we're going to get rewarded for running next turn.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were playing on stream yesterday, there was an incredible amount of synergy in that play where I was like, okay, take a turn off, Day Job, and then come back and attack the next turn.
Yeah.
Somebody is saying we should get isolations because then we can cycle companions potentially for money, or put down
That's
That
pretty
is
smart.
their design purpose.
Fueno and throw Fueno in the bin if we don't need him.
Right, because Funo's 0, so it's technically you're getting the buck from.
You're spending 2 clicks to gain 7 because I'm going to just assume that you're going to have the Mamie money.
Yeah.
It's like it's a build your own lucky find.
How many cards are we at, and how much influence is
We
left?
have 5 influence left to spend, and we are at 41 cards.
Okay. I'm cool with another sec testing. It feels like an important part of the deck to get value from your.
Yeah, I agree with that.
People are yelling that we don't have a lot of draw, which we don't.
That's another part
okay.
of this deck is like you do get a card if you want to keep going back to the other side or stay on the other side if you're not finding what you.
So we have a few possibilities here. There is the idea of street peddlers because we have a lot of resources we would get value on, but we also have a lot of events.
Yeah, I don't think peddler is the way.
There is the possibility of installing liberated accounts for 3 with Paladin.
Gosh,
The reason-
what a dream.
Yeah, I agree that we can't really mix Street Peddler with all these events, but it is incredibly tempting because Keiko and Paladin can fire on the corpse turn.
Enemy's turn, yeah.
And so that's the first time each turn. That's even more value for.
Okay.
We could always do Earthrise and mitigate that hefty upfront cost with Paladin.
That's true too.
Solid card.
If we decide to do Street Peddler, I would want to include Harmony AR.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
How does everybody else feel about that?
That's 3 influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
We have 3 influence to spend and not a lot of stuff to spend it on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem when you... So one of the interesting things that I've noticed happens when you try to build a run-a-lot Anarch is that all of the things that you want to splash are like 1 influence.
In Anarch.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, people are saying we could not do Harmony, but we could do Labor Rights as our...
restricted, yeah.
As our restricted card.
Just too many good Anarch cards. This deck doesn't have stim hack.
There's too many good orange cards.
You know what? If we did want to do Street Peddler, that's exactly what the new hardware is for.
That's true.
Oh, no, is it when it's trash from grip, isn't it? Not or is it any location?
No.
Oh, buffer drive is what they're talking about.
Buffer drive is from
any location.
No, it's
not.
Yeah,
so
no, it's not.
Isn't it?
It's
from...
I could be mistaken.
It's I believe it's just from
grip or
stack.
Yeah, never mind. I was thinking it might counteract Street Peddler, but
great art, very evocative of the old like core set chip art, but like updated and cool looking. A+. Yeah, people are also commenting that we don't have don't have any stim hacks.
Oh man.
Gosh, there's just too many good cards.
Look, people play 99 card Max. We can just play 99 card Hoshiko.
No, absolutely not. Chris Dyer will come in here. No, he's long asleep, but
he'll wake up.
Yeah, he'll wake up like Lennon popping out of his coffin and come get him.
Coffin, yeah.
All right, we need to start making some cuts because we need 2 more influence. I put 2 Earthrise in.
There's redundancy in multi-access with the Stargate, I think.
Yeah.
Just because Turning Wheel, this deck is supposed to be running basically every turn, so you should be getting some crazy counters on turn.
Wait, Keiko's a 2MU console. We could run Rozekis instead.
Weren't we talking about Kushuk as multi-access?
Oh yeah, we could also do a Kushuk for some like, hey, I need to win right now.
It's pretty good.
Just throw in all the multi-access.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're going on an adventure.
Yeah, we're going on an adventure.
You could probably even drop the Turning Wheel.
No. Come on now.
The thing with Kushuk is you could whiff twice, and then you're like, oh, 6 influence, and I didn't get an
inject. 4 influence.
I mean, you could say that about anything, though.
Yeah.
Well,
you could say that about security testing if they don't make remotes or ice their remotes. Like,
the nice thing is that we can at least I'm feeling better and better about these isolations because isolation also, if security net testing becomes a dead card, we can just destroy it.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better and better about that.
So I might not be like a tryhard, but I do think people are kind of sleeping on isolation. I feel like its ability to also just get rid of cards that would otherwise be dead.
Yeah, do you know who's not sleeping on isolation? Our friend Eli.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a click for 5 credits. You know what else is a click for 5 credits? Is Daily Cast.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's good. Like I was using it back when crowdfunding was around. I would just be like, well, I'm going to run 3 times,
yes.
and I can just ditch this crowdfunding.
That was the dream.
All right, we need to cut 1 more card.
Oh, we did put the Street Peddlers in. Yeah,
I'm not sold on the Street Peddlers. I think
we can cut the Street Peddlers for sure.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
I like them. I think they are fun to enable Paladin and Keiko, but.
Do we want to get like a single archives interface into this?
Yes. I'm also a huge fan of a single Solset Slums. That's just me.
That is just you.
I really personally just.
I like how on the underutilized cards on JNet, the renders, like the scans are so bad because they're literally like never got updated from the spoilers. Like if you look at how sharp every other card is, and then you look at Archives interface, it's like whatever, nobody plays this shit. But yeah, I feel like we could get hosed real bad against Jinteki. Because we do want to run a lot. Oh no, I guess the security testing is kind of also the. Gosh,
Yeah.
deck building is hard. Why is deck building so hard? Do we want like one run amok in this thing? Oh gosh,
like
we don't even
run
have hippos in
amok.
here.
Oh god.
We don't need.
Did we put StimHack in yet?
No. You all should
Yeah,
be able
we-
to see the list.
We don't have
it's
stim
quite
It's a little
hacks.
blurry.
blurry for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have stim hacks. We don't have hippos.
If we have 3 Amakua, we don't need that many of our regular breakers. We could
Well,
probably
we
go
have
down
we have 2 Amakuas.
Okay.
Okay, pitch. We have Hoshiko. Do we still have Stargate? I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Okay.
Oh.
Well, we have Hoshiko. We do 1 turning wheel, 3rd influence, 3rd Amakua.
Okay. Cut an MK.
Yeah, 1
I mean,
MK
yeah,
is all you need.
1 MK
I mean,
is all you need.
that's fine.
And
No one
then
plays sentries.
and
No one
then-
plays sentries.
we can get some hippos in. Hippo's a good card when you're trying to run a lot.
Absolutely.
It's an okay card.
Gosh. All right, we're good. No stim hacks. Who needs stim? Gosh.
We have
Cowards,
so much
that's
value
it.
already.
Yeah. We're locked in. Okay. So what's gonna happen now
God, I think we need stim hacks.
is well we're gonna see what happens, Holly. all
We'll see
right?
what happens.
We're gonna
Yeah,
see what
we'll see what
happens. Gosh, this is gonna be so wild. All right, so Chris and Patrick, if both of you want to drop to another call,
Sounds good.
Okay.
and then just make a game, and I will join it.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Right.
All right,
Wait, how do I leave a call?
the little red thing that says "Leave call."
There he goes.
There he goes. All right, Holly, this is going to be exciting. We've got all the
I'm
tools at our
excited.
disposal. I can't wait for us to get like blown up immediately. Let's
Oh
do
yeah.
it. Let's do it. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Oh,
Oh, right. We also don't have a unicorn, people are pointing out. Gosh. This is how good the Anarch card pool is. Like, look at this shit.
This is why people play 99 card max, because you just throw a bunch of orange cards together in a deck and you win games.
Yeah, do we want to cut the Amakuas and something else and get an Ngolo in here instead of one of the Black Orchestras?
Oh, don't say that to me. Kinda.
Because it would also free up slots. No,
Well,
we
okay,
can't.
we
We
were
can't
just-
play
we
Inject.
can't.
So, Kevin, we're not playing Inject or David because they're going to be gone. Okay, so people are saying just play Clip instead, because at least we
I
have
mean-
that increased breaking efficiency.
I will begrudgingly accept. I'll be sad about it.
So, all right, we're firing for effect. Thank you everybody for joining. By the way, if you're here, don't forget we have East Coast Championships PAX Unplugged Saturday. I've got a bunch of new equipment. We're gonna be 1080p 60 with 8K bitrate. I know none of you know what that means, but it's gonna be very good all Saturday. We're gonna have commentary, 2 world champions. 3 world championship titles between them commentating. It's going to be a good day. If you want to support the channel, there's links in the show notes on YouTube, or you can subscribe on Twitch. All right. I think we keep this hand. This hand's fine.
Yeah, that looks good to me.
Greg Tong. Oh, no. Giles. We might switch to Yute. We wanted to start with something slightly more consistent. At least to start, but we're gonna see how much money we have, and if we're like super duper rich, we might switch over to Yute. All right, let's keep it. Gosh, we have so much money.
Dan, can you type the test server URL at me, because I can't remember it.
Oh, it's it's Jinteki.Zeroth.net.
Then the word. I was thinking it was the other way around, and I was just like, why am I not able to get in here? Okay.
Oh my gosh, the sound effects are on. Hang on. Ugh. Alright, so So are we going to do the classic check one of these with dirty laundry so we don't have to trash a Mumbat virtual tour?
Oh, of course we are.
Yeah. All right, pick one or two, Holly.
Let's do 2.
Okay. Do we trash? Yeah, we trash this, right?
It's blurry. I can't see what it is.
It's
Commercial banker. Yeah, you gotta.
yeah. Are you just coming into spectator? Then you can see my hand the other way.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Yeah. All right. So we get a tag. Get a bunch of money.
God,
remove a
sound
tag.
effects. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And we flipped. Wait, did we flip? No,
We
didn't.
accessed a card.
We didn't flip. Oh no. It works on JNet. Let's just do it this way. Give myself... Yeah.
I wonder if maybe, like, trashing it screwed it up or something, or the fact that it's CTM. I don't know.
Unfortunate. No, because it works. It might just be programmed different on... Alright, I'm just going to do this. We're going to run archives.
Seems fine to me.
Yeah, it's probably not going to... Yeah, it's not going to do it. Oh no, this is bad. No, yeah, but it didn't fire the flip at the end of our turn. Oh, hang on. Alright, well, we're just gonna do it manual. 1, 2...
Yeah, it's fine. You could use your card puller to show it on the screen, maybe?
Yeah, I am. This is the 4 more actually in, everybody. I just messaged Noah. It's okay. Alright, so...
So HQ draw on their end.
Alright, so we get to... We're gonna draw a card.
Deal some drugs.
And deal some drugs. We also have a link on this side, which we're gonna need to remember. So let's take a turn off. Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's draw again.
I think we can go ahead and put Mamie down.
New subscriber arrives. It fills
Hey,
you with determination.
Klokotsi, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. Everybody who subscribes gets some of these emotes. So now we're back on the shut-in side. Alright, so let's think about this. So, do we want to check? Do we want to check that card? And flip?
So, hang on. He's on 3 credits. So I can't get these stupid Genteki sound effects to stop. Yeah, I think, I mean, So worst case scenario, it's a virtual tour. We don't have our link right now for the CTM trace.
Right. Oh no. Let's yeah.
Do it. Just do it.
What's the worst that could happen? I mean, there's lots of worse things.
There's a lot of awful things that could happen, but we got to get that value.
Okay, so we can get rid of this. No, we can't because we can't clear the tag, but we know it's there. And we're gonna get 2 credits at the end of the turn. And now we're gonna draw 3 cards? What? So much value.
So much value. Love it, love it, love it.
Balder, are you for real right now? He just pulled a bunch of board games off my shelf. Yeah, am I not paying enough attention to you? Come here. I know we need to kill DBS. We'll do it. I promise. We are making a lot of money.
We got a lot of early econ. Ooh, clicking for credits.
Alright. So at the beginning of the turn, we're going to get our Earthrise stuff. And then we're going to sacrifice a credit and draw a card. So let's just, before we do anything else, let's get rid of DBS.
Yes, we got to get rid of DBS. We've got our bonus link right now.
Yep, so we'll pay through the trace if they don't boost it. We'll give ourselves $1.
And then pay for it.
Now we're at the same amount of money as them. So we're
Okay,
gonna
so
isolation. We're gonna
I'm down with this.
We're gonna isolation a Mamie for a Mamie. Put a new Mamie down.
Okay, okay, never mind. So good.
Value Town. Yeah, nothing feels better than a card that gives you credits, helping you destroy it. All right, so we ran also that turn, so we lose a click and gain a card. So do we want to take a turn off here?
Yeah, I think we can take a turn to set up, and then maybe next turn throw down Hippo and blow up one of these single ice servers.
Yeah, so I think we get down Paladin, maybe? Or
yeah, Paladin seems good to me.
Paladin, probably the Hippo too. And then, because we only need to get Paperclip into the trash, and then probably...
oh, Patrick brings up an important point, that Fuino can also pay for traces.
Oh yeah, because you can use it... yeah. No, that's very good. Yeah, we built a gauntlet, Patrick. It's going to be CTM, Damaged Jinteki, Polana, Lacosta Rush, Argus, and like the Asa deck. So we're giving like a good snapshot of like the strong archetypes out of the factions right now. But instead of being on JNet where it's the Wild West, where I'm going to be against somebody's put all of the executives on full immersion Rec Studio deck, like... So, yeah, so I correctly called that it's the AR. Tough but fair.
Tough but fair.
Alright, so we're back on the shut-in side. So we don't have to worry about a draw here. What do we want to do with our lives? Do we want a day job here for Freezies?
Oh, Freezy's day job does sound really nice.
Because they're not threatening anything right now, and that puts us in an even stronger position. Next turn, we're at 19 credits. And our first install is going to have 2 credits pulled off of it. We have so much money.
These companions are good, as it turns out.
Yeah. Oh my god, we have so much money. It's unreal.
So, I don't want to speak too much for him because I know he's in chat and he is welcome to add some if he wants to. But I know Hoshiko went through so many iterations during testing. Like, Greg made multiple versions of her back when her ID ability was specifically going to be around, like, the companions or digital resources. And then, obviously, it's turned into a completely different thing since then. But originally, she was going to be more focused on specifically using the companions. And then I know they ended up feeling like that was too constraining.
I think we got to check some of this stuff, right? I think we should check server 4. Or do you think that it's going to be an MVT?
How much money are they on?
So they're on 6 credits. Yeah, let's check it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Data Raven.
Oh.
Well, we were planning to have tags this turn anyway. So let's go ahead and yeet that into the abyss. We're going to get a free MK install. Gosh.
So good.
So good. We're going to destroy it. So we're going to get our... we don't have a link right now, so we'll just clear that the normal way. Because we were going to end up doing that anyway. Let's see what this is.
We got the money for it.
Come on. It's a pad. Gosh. I don't know if we trash it. I think we leave it and wait for that to get rezzed.
Yeah. Agreed.
Being able to, I mean, the most important reason to have hippos in Anarch is not to have any kind of ice destruction plan, but it's to be able to get rid of Kakugos and Data Ravens. That's literally the whole purpose. Oh, and we accessed the card, so we would have gotten 2 credits.
Correct, yes. And we're flipping.
I'm also revealing my alt here live on stream. Alright, we need to get Fuego down. Or Fueno down. Fuego means fire. That's a different thing. Goodness.
So, drug deal first.
Yeah, we got a drug deal. I think we gotta... This is so tough. Because I really want to play...
Okay.
Go
so
ahead.
they're on 5 credits. We know that they're running Data Ravens. So if we can make them res a Data Raven, they'll be broke. And we have another hippo in hand.
No, they won't be broke, because there's a commercial bankers group down.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't see through the fuzz.
So we
need
need to find a little bit
actual
more
Jinteki.
econ. Okay, this is perfect. Because we just drew a sure gamble. We're gonna do a turn.
God.
We're gonna do a turn off turn.
We've got prepaid Anarch. It's back.
Yeah, this feels very good thus far.
Prepaid Kate is back, and she's orange.
Yeah, Grow and Cough recommends, and we haven't seen it yet, so we haven't seen its power. We probably need to splash for draw more than we need to splash for sec testing. Yeah, MVT goes on to that bankers group. Tough but fair.
Valid.
We need to get back on game plan and just start pounding centrals.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so we didn't run that turn, so we're back on our normal side. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up to flip. So let's run archives. We still haven't drawn our console, which kind of feels bad. Oh, there's an Explodapalooza in there. Okay.
I love that agenda. I've had worse for the Free I've had worse.
Yeah, we can do all of our stuff is free. It's all free. What's the worst card in our hand? They're all
Draw a
pretty
state. Weirdly, I want to say Data Sucker.
good. Yeah, probably.
Like, it's probably Data Sucker or I've had worse.
Yeah,
And
we
wanna
just
find Keiko.
did almost everything on our turn. And we flip because we access cards. Yeah, we have to get going because otherwise we're gonna get exchanged on. What we'll probably end up doing is we're probably gonna end up bouncing off of Central Ice a ton.
Yeah.
And using sec testing, so we have like a ton of turning wheels, so we can try to win in one huge
Just
access.
do a big glory run, yeah.
We do need to trash something next turn because of Okay, so 15 credits goes into giving us 4 tags to force us to try to take
I think that's totally fine.
I guess we'll make it archives.
We even get to Deuces Wild to drop a tag for free.
Yeah, we're gonna Deuces. We have to trash something, so we're gonna remove a tag, and then we're gonna expose an ice and make one run. What the hell is this? It's a wraparound. Okay.
Okay.
So
Valid.
probably let's go into archives. Get our money.
It's our sec testing is set too.
Why is Netrunner so hard?
I know, right?
Seems
Hate
hard.
this game.
Alright, well we gotta remove these tags, otherwise we're gonna get our entire shit blown up.
I think we drop Day Job.
Probably.
And knowing that they've got a wraparound on Central, I guess you put out Paperclip to drop wraparound strength.
No, I feel like it's really got to be the Amakua that goes, because the Amakua, they have IP blocks. Like, that is an ice that they have.
That is true.
Now, we didn't access any cards, so we're back on our normal side. Gosh, I am having a blast playing her, though, so that's big, because it's an Anarch that I actually want to play.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's make a very inexpensive run on archives. That's also a dirty laundry run. And then I think we need to drop this, and we need to go. Yeah, that's that. And then we need to go. Gosh, we just installed that for both of those for 1 credit.
Oh, it's so good. You know, when I first read these designs, I was worried that my sweet baby wouldn't be able to beat out Val, but I'm beginning to really believe in her, like, as a competitive ID.
And then we get 2 credits because we access cards.
I think I disconnected for a minute there. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I guess eventually we're going to have to just go into there and get rid of that. If we're being reals.
Yeah, we do. We do gotta.
Alright, so archives, we're gonna lose a credit to draw a card. All right, do we want to go in and clear out server 6? Is that what we're doing with our lives?
Okay, wait. So if we...
I'm gonna see... Oh, perfect. Okay. So let's gain 3, expose an ice, and make a run on server 6. We're going to use Fencer. We'll pay through here. Yep, tough but fair. And then we're going to remove a tag and gain 3.
Seems good.
Seems good. And then we'll go into archives.
Get our dollars.
Get our dollars. I mean, this doesn't feel terrible.
No, it doesn't at all. I cut out for a minute there, so I'm not sure what all
Oh,
I
boo.
went through.
Boo.
But what's it called? You know, I was at first I was worried that she wouldn't be able to like rival Val as a competitive ID.
Sure.
When I first saw her like finished mechanic, like I thought she would be good, but I was worried that it would be too hard to control the flip.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing her take off like this and seeing like the companions actually really working together to give us so much money and so much just action economy here has made me a believer in my sweet daughter.
The feel bads are real though, because our both copies of our console are in the bottom 9 cards.
Yeah. She's down there. Like, she'll show up.
They're having a think.
Netrunner's hard.
Netrunner is hard. I say that a lot. When we were trying to deck build yesterday without having the console or Paladin spoiled, I was like, Netrunner is hard. Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Well, we have a number of tags. So is it go ham time?
It's go ham time, I think.
All right, so I think it's time to get rid of Fencer with Mystic Mamie. And then I think we should probably...
Can we just talk about the flavor there of, like, Mamie pushing Fencer out of, like, the social circle or something?
Yeah, it's very good.
It's very depressing.
And then let's go in here, use more of our imaginary dollars. All right, let's go R&D. See what we can get here. AR, hard-hitting news. And then probably realistically, we're just going to isolation archives as the thing that they're most likely to trash.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely could agree with that.
Yeah. And then we'll trash an MK there, and then we'll take a tag because we're already tagged.
Tagged 4 days.
Yeah, but we have a lot of money. Our accounts are gonna get so closed. Oh, it was a flatline
Aw.
deck. Okay, never mind. We just died instead. Good game. Good game, guys.
Sometimes you just fucking die.
All right. All right. Chris, why don't... So do we want to mix up teams?
Sure, either way. I'm down for whatever.
All right, let me get them back into the call real quick. But yeah, I mean, the bones here are strong.
Absolutely. Like, I think that is a very solid, like, foundation.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, do we want to mix up some teams and then do another matchup?
Sounds good to me.
I think the bones here are pretty good.
Hello.
Hello. Whoever. So, Chris, why don't you jump onto my team?
Okay.
I think you have to be friends to be able to call people.
Yeah, I'll add you both now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's the core of the deck. Fencer Fuego is surprisingly hard to use against CTM because like some turns you just don't want to take the tag. But I think against like ASA and like NEH, it would be incredible.
Yeah, once the Paladin and the Mystic were up, it looked like the money was going to keep rolling in, so I had to push.
So I think a big thing that could also be potentially quite strong here, I mean, don't know where we would ever find slots, is that a single Citadel could be very good in this deck because on the turns where you're going to need it, you ran anyway, so you have the one link.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of
Right.
the one of Citadel.
Because then it also saves you it saves you the click, which is the key thing. And if people want to vamp themselves trying to stick tags, they can.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yeah.
So Chris, you're with me, Holly, and Patrick. If you want to jump out of the call and make a game.
And we're coping again?
Yeah, you're corping.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. So people have some edits, Chris.
Okay.
So people think we need sec testing a lot less than we need like more draw. So I'm comfortable going down to 1 sec testing.
Okay.
How do we get more draw in? Or just better with the influence. Matthew and Rob are both in here saying get rid of the sec testings and get better influence.
Well, draw with no inject. This is a whole new Anarch world. You didn't feel like the ID was drawing enough for you?
Jessica, the feedback should be gone now. Yeah, we'll leave it as is for now, and Rob can complain.
I like the Earthrise. The Earthrise felt like when you installed that, I was like, wow, that must have been a huge tempo hit, but you're still sitting at 8 credit.
Yeah, people are saying that the icier matchups could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The isolations were surprisingly good. I loved using 2 off of Mystic Mamie to play isolation to destroy Mystic Mamie to put it and then put another one down.
Yeah.
I do think that play is going to be very strong when. I think if we need more draw, we'll just cut 1 isolation for another Earthrise. But even then, I don't know. Like, numbers of things is something that comes out with, like, lots and lots of testing, right?
Sure. Like, you just got to compare it to your vanilla Val, who's 3 inject, 3 I've had worse, 3 Earthrise, to get 50. So we're 45 cards, you could drop Unearthrise from that and be good. But we don't have any inject, so we need to make up about 12 cards to draw.
Right.
Which hopefully your ID does. I mean, you were drawing cards through every turn, basically.
Yeah, and we never put the console down either.
Right. You said it so I can see your hand?
No. But you should be able to see my hand through the screen share.
Oh, right, okay.
People are suggesting that we cut the Earthrise and the sec testing and turn them into class acts instead and improve the quality of our draw. That's actually not terrible.
I don't hate it, but it is 5 influence. I've seen like one of class X.
No, class X is not 5 influence. There's no way. Oh my god, it's 5 influence.
Yeah. I see that as a one of sometimes, and I'm like, well, you're wasting a third of your influence if you don't see it.
Spicy. That is for damn sure.
I'd rather just like plug a diesel in there, or two.
I don't know that the draw's that bad though, right?
I don't know either. It's like how did you feel last game? Did it feel
I felt
like
pretty good. I felt like we never got that critical level of control because we were kind of focused on doing what the deck wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, companions are like that. You can view them as like a data folding sitting there, but it's a data folding with a lot of conditions that you have to abide by.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that Paladin felt very good.
Cool. That's I'm pretty excited about as a
putting down the Earthrise for 2. I'm like, yeah, and then later we put down an Earthrise for 1. I'm like, yeah, feels great.
I love installing things. I hate running.
I think, gosh, I just think of like Paladin's power just in like Val, right? Like a reg Val. Like your hippos are free or are 1 credit, right?
Yeah, that 2 credit.
It makes Ice Carver and like Bagat and a lot of those 3 cost, highly impactful resources a lot more affordable.
Right. Just think about what Mystic did for cards like even Wanton Destruction for a credit, or Run Amok. You start seeing those cards a lot more.
All right, we're gonna fire it up.
Cool.
Exciting. Okay, so we're up against sports. How do we feel about this opener? I don't feel great about it. Are you able to see my screen all right?
Not your cards that well. Let me see what I can do. Deuces, Hippo, Day Job, Isolation. Is that Keiko? On the left? I like starting with the Day Job, and you have a little bit of draw. It's not the end of the world.
I think it would be very bold to throw away this like B- hand.
Yeah. You've already got your Day Job for your first empowered turn.
Right. So, do we want to put Keiko down, or let's draw first? That seems pretty good.
Jeez.
All right, let's put Keiko down.
Mm-hmm. Just get money from an access on R&D.
Oh yeah, you're right. Right. I'm like in anti-CTM mode. Where like we can't run first turn, we'll get destroyed. Then we're gonna get 2 credits. Feels great. So another thing I was thinking about with her was the potential of going like super all in on Mystic, and doing like all bypass events and APOC to just stay on her draw side basically forever, and treat her like a max with no downside, quote unquote. Yeah. All right. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to use a deuces for some draw?
Yeah, give us more options.
All right, so we get the sec testing.
Cool.
We really want to find another companion, right? Like that's the critical thing we're missing right now. And then we're back. Oh, I didn't. Oh, crap! I forgot.
We still need to get her ID ability.
I didn't get her ID ability. What are we gonna pitch? Probably the isolation.
Yeah, the other cards are all definitely going to give us value.
Yeah, Janktivus, we're on the test server, and unfortunately the flip is not automated. Okay, so let's draw some more cards.
Run something.
Run something. Well, that's a fake. That's a fake point.
Don't run the news teams.
Yeah.
You could do this to expose the remote, see if we can contest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna draw more cards, to be completely honest.
Oh, great, and you can dirty laundry the archive. That's a dirty laundry worth 5.
Yep, and then 2 more credits. Feels great.
Would love to find the Amakua. That'd be cool.
Yeah, Amaku would be great. We have access to 2 breakers thus far.
Blork is in the bin, is that correct?
Yeah, a Blorky. I'm so glad that term for this, took off. The Blork.
That's a lot of cards. You gotta start wondering how many agendas he's holding on to.
We haven't seen any companions yet, which is really a sad state of affairs. Alright, so let's do archives. We're gonna lose a credit and draw a card. Hey, we got a Taka. So if we put Taka down, it triggers Keiko, so that was basically free. We want to flip back, but we can run archives and flip back because it's not a. Yep. And then we can just get like Earthrise down. Yeah,
love it.
Love it.
Now let's find the breakers because we got the cash, and we can control the ID with sec testing.
Yeah, I think that's the critical thing about sec testing. People were also saying you could potentially, if you wanted to play a significantly worse card that I was overcommitted to for a long time, you could also play Patron.
Yeah, that card is cool. I just think it's really expensive.
It's very bad. On the scale of very bad cards, it's very bad.
All right, no counters on the Vitruvius. That feels good.
All right. So we really just need to find breakers is the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not bad.
The breaker.
So let's go into archives and get our bucks, and then we'll access and also flip back.
Probably eat a news team. Yep.
Feels terrible. Does Anarch have one of the resource that burns agendas like the other 2 factions do?
I don't think so. It has a card that acts as a negative agenda point for the Corp. Political graffiti. This is great. They're spending some resources to make sure we don't get accesses. That feels like you're running Omar. You know, they don't want you to get into else. But now you can sec test server 1 and not get the news team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And we're drawing. I think the Earthrises really are the right choice because we're just piling cards on, right?
Right. Our clicks are being spent generally running, so we want to draw click lists.
Right. So let's run server 1 just to get some bucks. We have a lot of cards to pitch. I kind of just want to use. Gosh, man, we just can't find the things we need. And then we're gonna pitch some breakers, and then probably a. I've had worse. No, probably one of the isolations, honestly. And then we're gonna get $2.
Okay. We're doing well on money. They're okay on money, but we haven't contested any servers. It might be what? Oh, it's a domestic sleepers. It might be time to start poking in on some servers.
Yeah, he's like, absolutely not. Like, He's like, I don't want none of that. So we're back on our blank side, our shut-in side. So we'll put that on archives. And then I guess let's just hit HQ, right?
Sure. Agendas are probably piling up at this point.
Yeah, now that we have both MK and Black Orchestra in the bin, and we have a Hippo down, we don't have to break anything expensive more than once on these single ice servers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we'll even click through to break that. We don't want to deal with that long term.
Yep.
I would like to get something that utilizes this. We're gonna run again on R&D to see if we can get an ice res, because we just desperately need to use this Taka.
Oh, right. The downside is a tag, correct?
Downside is a tag, and you can always boost even if there's no ice res, but you can't break no subroutines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank God. Because at least now we're gonna get to actually, like...
Yeah.
Not... Oh, and we're actually only playing 3 to break this. Which feels pretty nice, actually. This ID, it's pretty powerful, right?
There's a GFI. I think so. It's temperamental. You know, like you are playing the. It feels shaper because you're playing the deck as much as you're playing the opponent's board state. Like we just happened to install Taka first, so we've got to find some ice. If we had Polemu, we might be playing a lot more Sip.
Yeah. It feels kind of like Adam in that way.
Yeah.
Where it's force feeding you cards, and you just have to be like, okay, this is the stuff that I drew in the order that I drew it, so like this is what we're playing with. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so so that gets an advancement counter on it. I think we want to get rid of this Fairchild, right?
Well, do you want to contest? We have a good amount of money. If we get a clean access on HQ, we can tax them and build counters on Turtle, and like maybe 2 HQ runs would allow us to get into the remote.
Okay, yeah, let's try that. Oh crap! I forgot to do our.
Oh, ID, yeah. Oh, that's great. So the non-res indicates that they're trying to score.
We can put this down for just freezies.
What's that?
We can put Paladin down for free also, but let's check the remote, or do you want to run HQ once more?
Worst case scenario, it's a Fairchild and something that costs less than 6. So,
nice.
Yeah, either way.
So let's go into HQ one more time. Oh, we can trash a game changer here. That feels pretty good.
Love it.
All right, now let's go into server 2. This is going to be like a domestic sleepers.
They're saving their bucks for the reses. I think we might get another Fairchild.
I would say that your summation was like 100% spot on, though. Like, the lines of decision making are so much more exciting. Like, and it is worth noting that if you're speaking of competitively, that can be very mentally taxing in a long tournament.
That's true.
But there are significantly more decision lines in this.
Well, listen, people played Spy Cam's Haley with 3 tech writers, you know, through a lot of Store Champ season.
No.
And, like, it was good.
Yeah, I was the one who had to repair all those board states, if you recall, because I was the one TOing that tournament.
Oh, this is great. We get in.
Yeah, we get to use both our Taka bucks. What?
Ooh.
What? That was free? Gosh, feels great. Mega pre. Okay.
Cool.
And now we can put Paladin down for functionally. Oh no, not functionally.
We already got our Keiko buck, right?
Yeah, we already got ours. And we were already on the flip side, so we stay on the flip side.
I'm glad you're keeping track of this because it's hard for me.
Yeah. Okay. Not surprising. He's like, no more thanks.
Yeah.
So let's get our draw on our thing here. We still
another
don't have
sucker on the right.
Yes, but we already have a data sucker down.
Ooh, I'm tempted to go 2 so that we just can bounce back from that purge real quick.
So you're tempted to do what? Go down to
To
2
go
so we have
to
more...
2 sucker because we bounce back from the purge almost immediately.
Alright, you want to do that?
Yeah, we got the Palemu buck. It's free.
Okay, and then do we just want to try to run archive? Hit this and then run archives?
Absolutely.
This... Hey, Kevin's here. What's up, Kevin? Just all that extended mid-Atlantic family. Now, are we hard breaking this? I guess we are, right?
Yeah.
Feels terrible.
Listen, they rezzed a Fairchild 3 on archives. That's good news for us overall.
That's true. It's a good way of looking at it. Now, it is notable that we're only going to get data suckers here. We're not going to get Amakua.
Yep.
We could probably poke HQ since we know that's an Eli. So if we if they res it, we just bounce off. I'd really love to get a turning wheel.
Wait, didn't we hippo the first Eli?
Then he archived and put it back.
Oh,
Which he also used, well, they used up an archived memories to put an Eli back instead of to get a game changer back, which that's incredible.
Yeah, this is good pressure.
All right. So we didn't actually run an access, so we're back on our normal side.
No, we accessed archive memories from HQ.
Oh, that's true. All right. So I guess we'll put the security testing on HQ because that's where we're most likely to actually get it.
So we still draw a card, lose a buck.
Yep. Tough but fair. Do we want to go into HQ?
Ooh, yeah, so I'm tempted to just day job here, but I don't think that's right. I think we still need to put pressure.
Yeah, I think we should put pressure on every dollar that they don't have, right? What do we think the upgrade is in here? Giordano, probably?
That would fit this deck type. Maybe an Arella. Like, that's so many counters.
Do we want to go check it?
Yeah, I mean, nothing bad could happen to us. It could be strength 10 and we're fine. Worst case is probably like an IP block.
Yeah, 49 archive memory secret tech. I would play a deck that was all archive memories and one copy of Neural EMP. And Biotics. I'll get you eventually. Alright. So this is functionally free, because when we use Taka, Keiko's going to give us the dollar. Feels great.
Just floating around 10 credits is right.
Yep, Giordano is right. Well, we'll just not pay. Because we don't have to. It's a may, not a must. I kind of want to install something and get our bonus, so I guess we'll put that down, because then we can, if they don't purge, we can ravage R&D.
Sure. 3 credits to get rid of the FC3. And if they do purge, it's trivial to run HQ. Oh, they do have 5 credits now.
But they're not going to purge with a hand size starting card size of 8.
Yeah, I should think not. So yeah, no stim hack in this deck makes Giordano really awkward.
It also makes the conspiracy breakers like incredibly bad.
Yeah.
The data suckers do help.
Yeah.
Like data sucker is doing work. I really wish we had a turning wheel. I know I've said that like 5 times now, but it's still true.
Yeah.
All right. So first things first. I guess we should probably... Oh, I didn't do my draw. Let's do the draw. All right. So we got Mamie. That feels nice.
Mhm.
Let's
We're
put
getting
that.
into range for Kushik, actually.
Yep. Do we want to? So they're definitely going to purge. So I definitely think that we want to get rid of the Fairchild this turn. So let's do that first. Because otherwise, it's going bye-bye, right? And we gain a buck for spending a buck, which feels incredible. We're going to destroy that. And we get a sweet news team. Let's go back in. Let's put Mamie down for nothing.
Is it Kushik time? Got 5 ones.
It could be. Yeah.
We're kind of giving up on contesting Giordano at this point because it's going to cost us 12 to get in.
Yeah, I'll take that project for Trivius. Thanks so much.
Fantastic.
No, Matthew, Paladin only says you can't use it on connections because you can't use World of Warcraft dollars on real people.
Not everyone accepts cryptocurrency.
Yeah. And no, it's whatever game Hoshiko's playing, all of these companions are giving you like the digital currency that's only used in that game for like its loot crates. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
All right, so we're gonna lose a book.
Should have asked Holly if this if the lore connects with the game net stuff from NB.
Probably, but we could ask her when she's back in the call. Do we want to just take a turn off and day job?
At 2 credits, yeah, I would say definitely.
And then we flip back to the side where we're going to get rewarded for running. Look at our viruses. Look how many... nope, never mind.
They're gone.
All right. Just like that. All right. I think we... Gosh, we still don't have Paperclip either. Man, you never realize how much you loved Inject, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Patrick Burke, who's also with Nisei, says that it absolutely connects to GameNet. So they're like GameNet characters, and it's their inside the game currency is the flavor.
Nice.
Which that also has real world flavor because people were willing to play real world dollars for like the stuff that was in like EVE Online and Warcraft. They just arranged those transactions like on the side, right? All right, let's go into HQ and hope we can get some Goran installs.
We need to start using the Takabucks, so...
Yeah, I'm going to make another run on R&D here, and then I'm going to just use the Takabucks.
We could also... your end-of-turn triggers are also your choice, so if we do need to trash a card, instead of getting the tag, we could use Palemo to trash the Taka or whatever we don't need anymore.
Sure, we're not going to do that here, because we'll just... we'll just trash something. Yeah. I'll just put down the security nesting, and then we'll trash it. And we get rewarded for running. We have so much... How do we have so much money?
I don't know. Maybe we should get rid of the Giordano. There is a archive still in HQ.
Yeah. I feel like this deck also definitely wants like more disruption, like some Wantons.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we don't want to waste $15 on the remote, we could just lock R&D.
We still haven't gotten a turning wheel, which feels terrible.
13 cards left.
I am really excited. I have like a huge smile on my face. Like I have such a high level of excitement for this ID. Okay.
It's just, I mean, no matter how the game goes, it's fun to just manipulate these, companions and get the most value you can out of them. It's like a puzzle.
All right. So this leads me to believe that Patrick and Holly will res some stuff.
Mm-hmm. The HQ is probably empty.
Forgot. All right, so that's an Ichi. So
They
we're
have
gonna get
$0.
$0. Yeah, man, this is just wow. It's just real good. And we can say fire the trace because we have one link.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Want to get out from behind the computer? No. Out.
Is it link 1?
It is link 1 on the side that we're currently on.
Because we ran last turn? I thought we day job last turn.
No, we didn't day job last turn.
Oh.
We ran and got a bunch of counters.
Okay.
Oh, we got a Hyperloop extension. That's cool. All right. Let's go into HQ, or do we want to just go into R&D again?
Well, we can build counters in HQ because it'll be painful for them to res, and then we could just do a big dig in R&D. Like that's the sports medal way.
So
Sec test, love it.
these companions are not bad. They are not bad. Yeah, somebody in chat was like, "What even is an Ichi?" The free conspiracy breakers installs though just feel so good with Paladin, right?
The conspiracy breakers with Paladin.
Yeah, like there's a nice like natural synergy there.
Because the install costs are low.
Oh yeah, let me do the thing. So I think we should just go HQ and build up some counters.
Yeah. We don't have any big events to use for Mystic, but I guess we don't have a lot in hand that we care about.
Yeah, that was my thought. Boo.
Fine. Like at some point, we're gonna want to just, check R&D to make sure he doesn't get a game changer or something.
All right, let's get 2 off the top. Global food feels good.
Okay.
Trash a game changer.
Oh,
Going to
if
HQ.
only Fencer were here to see this.
Yeah, gosh.
It's funny. Anarchs are not always reliant on regular bucks. Val has so much leverage with bad pub. Freedom uses the virus economy.
Sure.
And Hoshiko is adding the companion economy, which is, temperamental,
We got it.
situational. There it is. But very powerful buck.
Hey, this is good for me because since since the stealth archetype is about to go into the dumpster, I now have new imaginary dollars to play with.
Yeah.
Better than fake points. All right, so we'll probably do one more game and we'll cycle in Patrick since he hasn't gotten to play the runner yet.
Mm-hmm.
You bastards. Literally 6 cards in there, and anything else, and I archive memories the game changer next turn.
Yeah. These companions are real. They're real.
They're
real
doing
good.
work.
Yeah, they're real nice.
They're certainly not bad. How's that?
Yeah.
I think the Paladin is just super good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I want to do one more. We're gonna do Chris and Holly as the corp, and then Patrick, you're gonna ride shotgun with me.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll go ahead and make a game. So how are you feeling about... So you've been on the other side of the cards the most. How do you feel? Like, is the deck exerting a lot of pressure on you? Do you feel like she's putting a lot of run pressure on?
I feel like it's going to take a while for people to work out what the balance of the kind of on and off run turns is. And I think that's I don't know if that's partly down to just like JNet isn't handling the card right now, but I just couldn't tell when you were going to run and when you weren't. And like maybe if it was flipping properly, that would be different, but it just felt like I didn't know where my scoring windows were. But the companions, sitting across from those companions when they're like firing up in the rate that they're going is just like...
Right, and at the end there, we're like, we don't have any good events, but like Mamie can fire because we have all redundant garbage in our hand. So eventually, if we draw into like a sure gamble, that sure gamble is going to be free.
Yeah. Sorry, just something to point out is that Chris was asking if the hands are visible, because it was really hard for Holly to help me in that last game. Because we couldn't see the hands.
All right, here, let's remake it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a little envelope here that I'm hanging over the other team's hand, so I can't see it. But it's useful to be able to see what's going on.
All right.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I think this is a good hand, right? This is a decent hand, right?
Oh wait, okay, that's annoying. Yeah, that's
This seems fine, right?
yeah, because
we'll be able to get an access, and we'll be able to get Earthrise down, which reduces the effectiveness of Palana, right? Because
yeah,
if we're drawing 3 at the start of every turn, they're not getting max value.
You gamble.
Run, put down a sucker, run somewhere, and then put down Earthrise.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds perfect. Let me just get my barrier set up so I can't see what's going on in the hand.
Yeah, this is the kind of stream I wanted to do. I wanted to put the cards into action right away, so that's exactly what we're doing. Let's go R&D.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh my gosh, and we got an agenda for our troubles?
Ring-a-ding-ding, baby.
What is life? Okay, we'll go up to 6 credits and we'll put an Earthrise down.
I don't know what version of Palana this is. I think maybe it's Obokata.
I think it's probably the Lacosta Obokata build, right?
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. I know I'm not engaging the chat as much as I normally am. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. I hope everybody is as excited for Hoshiko as I am, because I think these cards are great. And I think her decks are going to be great. And I think the cards are going to fit into other archetypes really well. Like, it's going to be super solid. Balder, are you for real right now? Just come over here. The people want to see you. Come here. You terrible nightmare.
It's the real content.
Yeah, some people frequently make jokes that they're just going to create a master cut of me yelling at Balder.
Right.
All right. So we got 3 draws
nice.
for the price of 1 there.
Uh-huh.
So we got a lot of money, but
Yep.
I do think we kind of want to take a turn off because we want to be able to get our stuff into the bin.
Do we want to just bang that day job out then?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, just stick out that day job, and then next turn you'll overdraw.
Yeah, and now we're back on our side. Balder, you're like a true nightmare. So, in the amazing annals of owning a cat that I'm pretty sure has like some sort of like neurological issues, even though I love him, our neighbor put up Christmas decorations in their front yard, and it like really freaks him out. So we had to like close the blind that allows him to see the Christmas decorations because it like bothers him on some visceral level.
Jewish, obviously.
Yeah, perhaps. But he just was like freaking out all yesterday looking at their decorations on their lawn. So, scarcity's not ideal for us.
Not exactly. No, we haven't got any. Oh no, definitely not. We haven't got any. What's it called? Currents in here, have we?
Sure don't.
That's alright. I think you can afford to drop 3 on Mamie now. You've got plenty of money.
Yeah, and then we'll get one of the
the blocks
into the bin.
More important than the MK, I think.
Yeah.
Oh god, and Nancy is going to be so disgusting to break after David is rotated.
Yeah, but luckily we're going to have these friendos that are going to help us do it.
This is true. Sucks to be anybody other than an Anarch, though.
I mean, Bugalter does a serviceable job. 5 credits as long as you have the 7 ain't bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And
Honestly,
there's always Deus Ex.
True, it's true. And also, Nanotech does a pretty good job of it if it's not the only ice on the server as well.
I hate Nano. I mean, Nanotech is a well-designed card, but like when the math is bad on Nanotech, it's real bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we can afford to just day job here, and then ditch the MK.
Yep.
23 credits feels great.
Mm-hmm.
So let's ask the ultimate question, Patrick. Could you see yourself playing this ID?
I really like the the companion interaction, and I really like the way that they work with the console. I'm not a big Anarch player generally. The only 2 I've historically really kind of messed about with are Noise, who sadly is no longer with us, and Null. I had a pretty good Null deck going for a while, which is unbelievable as it sounds. But it might be, I mean, this seems like it's a fun way of doing Anarch with like the recurring credits and stuff. I can see this drawing me back into playing an Anarch, build. I just don't like Max and I don't like Val, so any kind of alternatives to that really.
Really, you're here for it.
Yeah, exactly. So
we want to start poking around because we want to start forcing ice reses.
Yeah, because the worst this can be is a Kakako, right? And then you bounce. So. Or it could be that, which isn't great, but...
I mean, I think I'm actually going to let it fire, because we have, like, nothing that we care about in our hands.
Yeah.
And as Kevin Tame, I hope Kevin's still here, the best Anarch breaker for Anansi is your face.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have to draw the card, I guess.
Yeah, no, we'll draw the card, but, like, that's infinitely
risk,
cheaper than spending, like, 2 billion credits.
This is very true.
On MK when we don't have a hippo, right?
You are a scholar. This is true.
Yeah, because you got to have the hippo. You don't break Anansi as Anarch unless you have the hippo.
Mm-hmm. So something I could see myself doing, like I've wanted to make, ever since, oh Jesus, what's it called? Swift was released, I wanted to make a Ken Tenma deck. And I can see this, like, there being a companion Ken deck.
Yeah, absolutely. I was working with that the other day. All right, and then we accessed cards money.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have all 3 of the prime companions. So this is all, like, gonna be a Nisei, right? I hope.
I would imagine so, yeah. It's either a Nisei or it's...
It wouldn't be viral weaponization. I hope it's not an NGO, because Chris needs to get moving.
I don't think this deck plays viral. I think it's 3 oboe, 3 Nisei to 15.
So this is 100% an oboe, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, right. And we lose a credit and we draw a card. Do we want to just poke around? I'm going to draw once and then just poke around. Like, we need to force ice reses, right?
Chris's doorbell's just rang, so we might need a second.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I like how these things are pretty kind of universal across the. And you know the companion Tenma deck, like obviously Ken Tenma is not a great ID, but when 17 influence is no joke, and Swift makes Ken better, and these companions I think make Ken better, particularly like if you get these 3 down with Ken, then you can get Trix Attacker working. Like Trix Attacker on Bookgalter is like that's really good value. Like that's printing even more money with Bookgalter to not be spending the real credits to get there. You know.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Like I just dropped before we started the actual stream when we were just on the Discord call. I was telling the other people that are streaming with me tonight that I just dropped 3 Mystic Mamie into a Ken deck with the Bravado card, and it was just like nitrous. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because if you're playing that event for free and then you're just going to gain like 6 credits from it, it's high stakes job but good.
Right. We have a lot of money. No paperclip though.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit of a problem.
The problem with my ingenious hold an envelope up over their hand system is that it means I can't see how many credits they have either. I think this is an Issei.
Well, let's see. Oof.
Oof. Well, they sure don't want you to get in there, do they?
So at least one. So we have to behave as if at least one of those is almost certainly a border control, right?
Yeah. No, that's the Nabokata then. Do you?
Well, let's draw some cards.
Yeah, that's good. I say if they want to score that oboe, let them score that oboe.
Yeah, I just want to get stuff down, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you make a run after? Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Right?
I made a mistake. I did things out of order. Okay. Because I want to stay on draw side. Like part of me just wants to just like churn. What do we get rid of here? Probably an isolation, or do we get rid of the sec testing? I don't know if we're going to have time for the sec testing.
Yeah, sec testing's too expensive to get down now. They've got everything iced. They're not making any more remotes. Just ditch it.
Oh, it's a Baba
Yagi.
Yaga.
Yeah, that's unexpected. I
They
thought that
certainly
was
they certainly rused us.
Yeah, I think that means that they're definitely not on viral.
Yep. So we lose. We draw. Do we want to dirty laundry archives here? They've already set the precedent that they won't res. Well, let's see if they decide to res.
We can do it again.
We can do it again, but the biggest problem is like we desperately. There it is.
Need paperclip, yeah.
Like we desperately need paperclip. And hopefully we can like lock from here, right?
Right. Unless this is an Issei, which is annoying.
Man, we have to. Oh my god, how much money did we have? Shit. Oh no, 21 credits.
Yeah.
A few. Counter 0. Close prompt. Just repairing some board states here. Counter credit 0. Now we have access to Clippy, so we're actually in business. We still have the wild Excalibur to deal with.
Yeah. I didn't think about a one-off Palangi in here. That would have been a good way to spend some influence.
Yeah. Ow. Well, we have Amakua. We just haven't found it yet.
Right. Oh, spicy. That's an oboe, I think.
Yeah, I would say so. We have a lot of money. I just want it known that that is a situation that we currently have.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they can afford to res all of that ice.
Yeah, so I think we're definitely going to be contesting. Because
Mm-hmm.
even if we can ditch the Lacosta, destroy the Lacosta,
Yeah,
we
that's
can
better than
make
nothing.
it so then...
Yeah, because that Fence of Fueno does it for free, so...
Yep. Alright, let's go in there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Excalibur does rotate, so if there's any justice, they shouldn't be playing it.
Chris does not know the meaning of justice. He's a lawless man.
I'm really excited about how rich we are. Let's just go ahead and make that strength 3.
Yeah.
I mean, fine.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, I mean, fine. Alright? We still got a lot of value out of this data sucker. Jeez, come on, man. We have been heavily surveyed.
This is an NGO front. I'm going to cry.
Oh, please don't be an NGO front. Can't curse you, fake bucks. Alright. Oh, no. And we don't even have to take net damage.
Amazing.
Trashing Lacosta cost us no money. We're going to put this Hippo down for no money. That just felt so incredible.
Yeah. It's scary when it gets rolling. It really is. Honestly, sitting across the table from it in the last 2 games, and when you got those companions out early in the first game, Chris and I were just like, Jesus, how are we ever gonna, like, what out do we have here? Like, how are we ever gonna hard-hitting use these people? And I think we were lucky that you kind of made the mistake of trashing that Data Raven early, because that cost you a lot of money. And that was the only way that we had any chances that you dropped like 16 credits on trashing a Data Raven, essentially.
Yep.
So
I'm going to click 4 clicks for 10, so we switch back to the get rewarded for running side. So that has to be like an NGO front, right?
Yeah, I mean, it can't be an agenda.
And then I think we just want to peel away on HQ, because agendas must be piling up in HQ. Actually, I guess if we're going to peel away from... Gosh, Anansi's so bad. It's like a nightmare. People are saying we should get rid of Fencer with Isolation next turn. I'm pretty sure I agree with them.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I think Fueno's done his job, yeah.
I think we want to get a second Data Sucker down, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I think that ruined me in the last game. I could not stop you from getting into servers. Oof,
So
that
that's
is rough.
3. Um.
I think just in case that last ice is a border control, you want to save that second hippo.
I agree. All this is so cheap. Like, we're spending, like, no actual money on any of this.
Yeah, and this is why I like that Exile deck so much, because you were never spending real credits.
Yeah, I agree.
Rest in peace, Exile. You will be missed by me and Dan, if no one else.
Yeah, I was going to say, two people, you, me, and the person who runs CD Location will miss Exile.
Yeah, two of the world's top 3 Exile players in this. In this point right now.
Two out of 3 Exile people who have published Exile decks.
Yeah.
All right, that's an Issei. All right, so we're all tied up. This is exciting.
That's upsetting, but ultimately fine.
Oh, this is very good.
Yeah.
Now that we have the double
Sucker,
the double data sucker going with the Amakua. Ah, finally the IP block res. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get a tag here, but we're just gonna destroy this so we can farm counters really easily.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because they really put themselves in a bind there on 1 credit.
Yeah, we're just gonna farm it out. Feels great.
Mm-hmm. Have you been gaining all of the money that you should be getting for Keiko?
That is automated.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, because we can actually potentially pretty rapidly get up to the point where we can make the surveyors trivial.
Yeah. Oh, that's another IP block then.
I think we force the res.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's free for us to break. I want to get some draws. I forgot to do our draw at the beginning. Finally, a turning wheel.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Balder. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you clawed me, so you gotta go.
Where did they get 3 credits from? Oh, they gained 1 at the end of the turn.
Okay, so I think we're gonna have to. We didn't run anywhere last turn. So no, we did run. I'm sorry. I can't wait to see the DQs that happen at tournaments because people forget to flip or flip back.
Right. Do you just go R&D now?
Well, that could be the winning agenda, right?
Could be.
I think we run here. We don't need that.
Alright, so let's lose 3, gain 3. I mean, you just break that for free, right?
Yeah. Wait, I think you mean a net of 1 credit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an odd res for them.
Well, they can still res the border control, right?
Yeah, that's true. What did you hit?
A Biovault.
Leave it.
I don't think we can contest, so we're gonna hit this and bounce off, and then we're gonna sweep HQ. And hope they can't win off of just that. But they probably got us.
Yeah, there's 2 NGOs in the trash.
It's tough. Yeah, I think they got us. Yep. Great game, though.
Oh, GFI. It's not Avocado.
Hey, we're back.
Hey.
So we won 1 game out of 3.
But discovered some crazy, powerful economy cards.
Yeah, like we had some very... I was discussing with Patrick that game, like we had like turns where we're like, okay, we've done like 10 credits worth of stuff, and we spent like $2 actual on it.
Yeah, I was shocked. Holly and I had the 3 surveyors on the remote, and you guys still managed to get through all of them when we thought, oh, this is a perfectly safe.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to charge up the data suckers to the point where we could just steamroll through with the Amakua.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the biggest things is this deck is very tempo positive, but it's like very much so like a level curve of ascension. So things like, I think the Pilana, I'm so glad we got in the game as the Pilana. Because
Holly really wanted us to play Pilana.
Because Pilana can just kind of like explode out agendas across like a couple of turns. So, and we definitely felt that heat on our side. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So your companions dictate so much of your play that your attention is kind of pulled away from what the corp is doing a little bit. Like, it's harder to just react to the corp when you are saying, well, this is the turn where I want a day job. This is the turn where I want to install something.
In that sense, it's a lot more like Shaper than an Anarch, I think.
Yeah. I think definitely I want to test at some point in the future the Ute version.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think this imaginary economy coupled with the decreased install cost, it might just get there in the double data suck version.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like Mimic was a good card back in the day, right? Like Mimic was a perfectly fine sentry breaker for a decent period of time in this game, and Ute is basically Mimic the decoder. If you think about like ignoring the kind of increase the I think you could quite easily make an Ute double sucker, because with the 2 extra MU you've got so many options with what you can do with your programs that Ute really I think becomes potentially viable. I mean, I don't know if it's better than Black Orchestra, but it's
I mean, and like you could put Ice Carver in this deck.
Sure. I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that.
You could put Ice Carver in this deck very easily, right?
Yeah, because the big problem with Ice Carver is that it's 3 to install. It's like, well, not anymore, baby. Like you can install it.
The big reason Ice Carver fell out of favor is that it's big to install, and it turned off Anarch's best breaker, which is David.
Yeah.
Now there's no David.
I won a game against Timmy Wong at Worlds. I won a game because he forgot he had Ice Carver and tried to David a toll booth.
Whoop.
Strike for a toll booth.
Yeah, whoops. Yeah, because like Ice Carver with Ute and just Ice Carver with 2 suckers is like a nightmare, right? For anybody playing big ice. And like we're always gonna have 3 virtual things down.
Yeah. Unless something's gone horribly wrong.
Right. Because like half of our resources are virtual. But yeah, so what do we think is the pop-out card? Now that we have the whole set, what do we think is the pop-out card out of all of the companions? We're going to disregard the console because the console kind of is most powerful with the companions.
I think like the console will see play, because if you're not trying to turntable, then there's no better 2-cost console out there for Anarch. So I think the console will be splashed pretty far and wide across Anarch. But,
yeah, I mean, you can rock Keiko and just be like, I'm gonna have like the Mystic Mamies, and then you're just gonna get 2 credits a turn, one from Mystic Mamie and one from Keiko.
Run just one companion in Keiko, and
I think Paladin is probably the best out of these.
Paladin
Paladin
was
seems
really
real
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Because we didn't play it with Liberated. Like, this deck doesn't have Liberated. But man, that would feel good.
Yeah, I think the
daily casts.
thing about Paladin over like Mamie in terms of like how good it feels is that usually when you're playing an event, you're playing it to gain some kind of benefit, right? So you're playing Sure Gamble, you're already gaining 4 credits out of that, right? So you're getting a lot of value for playing that event anyway, and you're gaining more from playing Mamie. But with Puemu, like the value that you're getting out of the resources you're installing is much more long term. So even things like casts or liberated, it's a few clicks before you get anything out of those cards normally. So it's like really changes the kind of tempo that you get from installing them. Like you don't lose 6 credits and a click worth of tempo from installing a liberated account. It's like you're installing a daily cast that pays you a load of money essentially with liberated account there, and that's not nothing. Like it makes it feel that much more valuable to be getting the extra value up front rather than waiting 3 turns or 2 or 3 clicks or something like that to get the value from the cards that you're installing.
Yeah, that feels like the way that Anarch should be building resources, is not in a way that's tempo negative.
Yeah, the deck feels very tempo positive, but the curve is very level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have a somewhat predictable amount of like your tempo is a little bit predictable, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the neatest things though is Trickster Taka is something that people were finally willing to give a chance after it was in the stabby max that Chris Dyer did with the knifed and the lamb and everything. But like Taka is good, and like Keiko will make people realize that like getting free money to use on icebreakers is very good. Because people are like, I don't know if Taka's worth it. I'm like, I don't know if like a Val buck is worth it. But yeah. Well, thank you so much to the 3 of you for spending your night here with me.
Yeah,
looking
it was
at
great.
a bunch of these
Yeah,
cards.
happy to be here. Thank you.
So I believe the plan for the JNet dev team is to have the cards that I personally spoiled. So that's Keiko and Paladin Poemu on JNet by tomorrow or at some point tomorrow. So they're going to be available for people to test, just like the other spoiler cards were available for people to test. Everybody watching, thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening to come watch us play some Netrunner and test some new cards. Reminder that we have East Coast Championships. It should be around a 60-person tournament at PAX U that at least 3 of the people here, I think, are going to be playing in. Are both of you coming?
So excited.
Yeah, I'm playing.
We are going to have 2 world champions, Joe Shupp and Dan Giorgenio, on commentary, and I'm going to be streaming it all day. So make sure you tune into that, and until we see all of you beautiful Netrunner humans again, always be running.